Welcome back to the Party with Strategy podcast. Something very offensive has happened. And this needs to be taken seriously and not lightly. And I don't feel that there's a single better person to address this issue than myself. Because I am a Jew. I was born a Jew. I live Jewly. And I will produce Jew babies. So let's just talk about it. You know, there was an incident on Saturday night at a nightclub that shall remain nameless. Well, it can't really remain nameless because part of the whole story is the company, the owner of the company is in fact Jewish himself. So let's just come out and say Barstool Philly there was an attack. There was an attack. Some people call it an attack, I think. And it was a verbal attack. It seemed to have been done in lighthearted fun. But what I don't think people understand is the seriousness of the situation. Someone went in there and they ordered alcohol. They ordered bottle service. And they wanted their sign that came out with the bottles to say, "Fuck the Jews." And apparently Kelly thought that was a great idea.
Fucking Kelly.
Kelly thought that was a fantastic idea. I don't know if she's Palestinian. I don't know if she's maybe German. We don't know much about Kelly, but what we do know is that Kelly decided to push this request through. And she made the sign. Well, I don't know that as fact, but somewhere Kelly was involved.
Throwing her right under the bus again.
So this sign comes out, the bottles come out, you know, and I saw the video, but it's blurry. It's hard to tell. It was a screen grab of a screen grab of a screen grab of an Android video. I don't know. But I feel like I saw like a bottle of Grey Goose or something, you know? First of all, you're not supposed to get a sign unless you're spending real money. And who doesn't have real money to spend other than a non-Jew? No, I'm kidding. But I kind of wish I was DJing when that happened, because if you're bringing out a sign that says "fuck the Jews" with one bottle of vodka, potentially even comped, do we even know if the kid paid for it? I would have got on the mic. I would have said, "Yeah, it's pretty clear you don't have any Jews over there, you cheap, poor fucks." If you're going to order a sign that says "fuck the Jews," at least do it with some money. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So, all right, this happens. Sign goes out. Video goes up. The Jewish community gets a hold of it and, you know, Stop Anti-Semitism, Twitter posts it, and now it's getting circulated. Gets back to the owner of Barstool, Dave Portnoy, who is also a Jew. And, you know, he released an emergency press conference video addressing the issue and talking about how mad he is. He said he was so hot that you could have cooked an egg on his forehead, which he did seem, you know, there was speculation that there was a bit of fake outrage, over the top, and he wasn't actually that mad, but he was pretending because he felt like he had to be there. That wasn't my take, but that was a take that I heard from a friend. He did seem pretty upset about it, if we're being honest. So, you know, he addresses what happened. He says, "I'm talking to everyone. I spoke to Kelly." That's how I even know her name. I spoke to the other girl who was involved. I spoke to management. We're pulling video. I spoke to the kids who were at the table. I spoke to the kid who was tagged in the video. It's this whole thing. You could watch it. You could see it. Get yourself caught up. And then he releases a second video saying, you know, okay, I've calmed down a bit, and here's what I'm going to do. He says, we're sending them to Auschwitz. I mean, he really channeled his inner Hitler. He said, send them to Auschwitz. Like, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. He goes, yeah, these kids, they're doing bad things. I don't like them. They're bad people. Send them to Auschwitz, which is exactly what Hitler said. It was a crazy video to watch.
This is two very different meanings that he was trying to.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously he said it with the intent of send them there for an education. But if you would have talked to Hitler at the time, I think he probably would have argued the same thing. You know, I mean, not calling Dave Portnoy Hitler by any means. I'm just pointing out the similarities here and how absolutely hilarious it was that his punishment was to send him to Auschwitz. You know?
Which at face value, you're just like, he wants to what?
Yeah, it's like Auschwitz was a place where Jews were sent as a punishment, and now today Auschwitz is a place where Jews are sending people for punishment. It's just come full circle. You have to at least be able to chuckle at the irony. I think it's a fucking dumb idea. I think that's stupid. I think that all he's doing is creating little TikTokers, you know, these kids. First of all, these kids buy a sign that says fuck the Jews and get a free paid trip to Europe. You know, I mean, is he putting them in a hostel at least? Where is he going to put them? Is he putting them in Auschwitz? Do they have some sort of you know,
the experience?
Yeah, the experience portion, some sort of like ticketed ride where you can spend the night.
Oh my God. Yeah, are they being chaperoned? Like, what? How do you know they're gonna go to it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe at first idea it seems great. It's a good, fun thought. We're gonna educate them. We're gonna show them what the real deal is. I don't even know. Will you send them to Auschwitz? Like,
he said it multiple times too. He's like, we're sending them to Auschwitz.
He also said Germany, which Auschwitz is not in Germany. So I mean, this whole thing was botched from start to end. And I don't mean to bring this up to bring any more hate to the company or eyes or whatever, but I got to comment on it, because I feel it's my job in the nightlife space, and also it's my job as a Jew, and just, you know, it's hilarious too. I like funny things. Like, this hits all the marks. I mean, I can't wait to see what comes of it. I think that if he would have just roasted them, I mean, he even said in his videos, like, you know, I was mad at first, and my first thought was I want to ruin their lives. I want to take them down and make their families pay and blah, 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 blah. All the first things that come to mind when you feel hatred towards your people, which is valid. But then he cooled down a little bit, and he said, you know, these are kids and they were drunk, and all more valid points. So yeah, I mean, you don't want to ruin their life, but at least roast them a little bit. You know, like, what do you just send them to Auschwitz? Like, this guy's some sort of saint or do-gooder or like charity guy. Like, what? Nobody needs an education from Dave Portnoy. We're looking for entertainment here.
Yeah, it seems like a very like high school type of punishment. Like, you did something wrong, so they're gonna show you this movie about how what you did was wrong and how you should change. Exactly.
Yeah, which is like, what? What are we really doing here? Prove to them that the Jews rule the world. Make it rain on just their house. You know? Prove to them that we do control the weather. And make them feel it. I don't know. It just seems just like, what? Send them to Auschwitz? I mean, that is now my answer for anything. Anyone that pisses me off, I'm send them to Auschwitz. Yeah. We're taking Auschwitz back. What are we doing here? It's nuts, dude. But entertaining nonetheless. We'll see what happens. I will be following the story. I'll catch you guys up when I get new information. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that this should go on to affect the Barstool brand at all. You know, there's always going to be people that do dumb things, and there's really no way of preventing that, even if you send them to Auschwitz. So life is what it is. And let me just tell you, it feels good to be Jewish. Can I say that?
Well, I mean,
can I say that? I've always stood on, and you can go back and watch as many previous podcasts as you need to, but I have always stood on the not being a victim mentality. You know, when BLM was at the height of BLM, and yes, of course, everybody should be treated equally. I just felt that there was a lot of people taking advantage of that movement and throwing themselves in the ring as victims, and I will not do that. There is prominent anti-Semitism at the moment. I would be lying to you if I told you that nobody's ever drew a swastika on my notebook in high school, because it happened. And then I got them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids do dumb shit, and we pick on each other, and you learn through doing. And I don't think anti-Semitism is good in any way, but also maybe it's just our turn right now. I don't know. I'm not going to fucking sit here and be a victim, though, because everything changes. And I think that, you know, Elon Musk is a Nazi and trying to kill me and all my people? No. So I don't feel a real threat in the world. The internet has a way of revving up anxiety and sticking things in your face that charge you in a certain way. So my timeline, and I'm sure anyone else's timeline who's circumcised, is looking a little anti-Semitic at the moment. But the reality is, in real life, do I feel threatened? Not at this moment, no. So I base my decisions off of real life, and it is what it is. I love the Jews, and I love black people. I love Mexicans. I love them all. Did I leave anyone out?
I mean, there's a couple on there, but
no, I'm kidding. And speaking of black people, we did have world famous DJ Rock City in the building on Saturday. Unfortunately, it was Friday. Unfortunately, Diamond Cut was not here to man the decks of the pod. He did leave everything set up perfectly. We got the episode recorded. Audio is good. Video is good. Should be coming out soon. It was very nice to see him, an old friend, someone that reminds me of the old me, but in the best way possible. I have a lot of fun memories with Rock City, me, him, and Dolo, and just he is a party. He himself is a party. That's part of what makes him a great DJ, is the fact that he brings the party, because he is a party. He's a good time. He has valid points. We had a good conversation. We reminisced a bit. He showed his age. He doesn't love the sync button and other young DJs, as most of us don't, but we talked about it. We conversed. We had good things to say. Yogi Berra, do not get in front of that camera.
He's a wild man.
And it was a great pod. You can catch that Monday, I believe, and if not Monday, then the next one. It will be coming out soon.
Be on the lookout.
That being said, Rock was in town, and we did party on Friday and Saturday night. He hung out at Celeste for a bit. He actually DJ'd at Celeste for the private party on Saturday before me and Heavy got in there. Ooh. So that was fun. And, he said something to me that really made me happy. I was DJing, and I was having so much fun, as I have been doing lately. And he literally was like, yo, I have never seen you smile this much while DJing. And I was like, that's real shit, man. I don't know if I've ever actually had this much fun just DJing. Like, in the Send Nudes era where I would argue I had the most fun, it wasn't through DJing. I was DJing up there, but the fun that I was having was sexual escapades in the DJ booth. It was just it was a different thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's right, man. I really am enjoying playing this music. I'm enjoying the room that I'm in. I'm enjoying the company that I am with, and everything's going great for me at the moment. I think the last Patreon pod I talked about feeling a little stagnant, and that sort of washed away this weekend, mostly because Thursday night, me and Heavy started our Thursdays at Celeste on the rooftop, and sorry,
very, very important moment, and you're just like,
Yeah, we started our Thursdays on the rooftop at Celeste, and it was just incredible. It felt like I got let out of my cage. Heavy too. I mean, we talked about it. We have been, yes, enjoying this disco thing for the last 2 months, but also we're just playing disco, which is fun and awesome. But as a DJ, I love more than just disco. So we were able to play house music up on the roof, and we both were just going the fuck in. Like, both of us, it was it was coming up for air, you know? Like, we've been submerged in this disco world, making the music and downloading and searching and playing and everything. And we get to come up for air and get a little house music in our lives. And it was just so nice. It was so good. Playing on sticks.
Okay.
Amazing. No laptop in my face. I had to put together a set. I had to, gather all these songs that are scattered across my Serato and do some picking and choosing and trimming of the fat and really narrowing in and hammering down into this sound that I'm trying to go with for Thursday. And like, originally I'm thinking Abo, Dom Dalla, Matroda, a little bit more like techie, but not super hard house. Like, that's my favorite shit. So I'm trying to bring my favorite shit to the people, because that's going to be the greatest DJ set that I could have. But it got lit in there. It got lit like quick. And all that shit was working early for sure. It was a fucking vibe. But then we got to a point where it was like, yo, we got to turn it the fuck up. And we started playing like some bass house type shit, some proper shit, like some harder shit. And it just,
baby,
bro, it got nasty in there, and it was fun. And it was such a great moment for us to really feel like everything we're doing is working and it's all coming true. All these promises that we were made, and I hate saying it that way because it just feels like you're saying it as if they're not going to come true, but everything is coming true. Like, we were told, hey, do this disco shit. It's going to pan out. It's going to be nice. At some point, we're going to implement Thursdays. At another point, we're going to implement Wednesdays. And the money's just going up. And like, a lot of times people will dangle that carrot in front of your face for as long as possible, and get you to do one thing with the notion that you're going to be doing this other thing as well, but it never really happens. And it's actually not the case. Like, these things are happening and it's going well. It's just shocking to me when things go well like that. All I can think about is like, when is it all going to come crumbling down? Like when things are going badly, you think about like, okay, what do I have to do to get them better and get to the positive and get to where it's going well? But either this could be a Jewish thing, this could be a personal thing, I don't know what it is, but when things are going well, it's just like, things are going too well. When is it going to fall apart? And that's just how I feel. And I have to tell myself that that's not always the case.
They're selling you a dream and you're thinking about the nightmare.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The way that the human mind works is actually insane. Yeah, playing on sticks was incredible. It's not something where I'm like, damn, that was so good, I have to play on sticks in the disco, because the Serato stems is absolutely just a fucking game changer, especially for that genre. Or maybe not even genre, but just like what we're doing in that room.
The structure of it, I think.
Yeah, the structure of it. I couldn't do it without stems as well as we're doing it.
I think like that's the beauty of having both of those rooms now under your guys' control, is that you guys could do like the disco stuff and really go vocal. Like it's a lot of the voice that you hear along with the groove, versus like the house side of it is just like, dude, it's the beat. It's that 4/4 like kick that goes in there. You're just like, yo, this is nice.
Yeah, and the sound system up there is good, bro. Everything was just chef's kiss.
Are those plants any closer to dying?
No, they're thriving. Those plants thrive off of house music. It's incredible. The way that they grow, they grow so fast you can watch them grow. You come to Celeste and watch the plants grow. It was magical, and I'm so excited to do it again on Thursday. I need to do some digging. I really, to be honest, I want to get with a couple of the young bucks and steal their music.
I thought this was gonna be like, grab some inspiration of them, ask them what's high. It's like, nah, I just need to steal their music.
No, yeah, I want to get. I'm gonna hit up Absinthe, to be honest with you, because like even when you were recording at Electric Hotel and he was opening up, like he was dropping some dope shit.
Yeah,
that I know nothing about.
Which is kind of weird because again, the guy's from Nashville, but man, he knows his.
Is he from Nashville or Alabama?
I
thought him and Meech were from Alabama.
I think you might be right. I think I might be wrong.
I think it's Alabama.
Yeah, but still, that's kind of crazy that the guy from the South is like, yo, this dude knows house music.
It's like it's the internet now, It's like it don't matter where you're from. Everyone's getting the same shit.
Yeah, that is crazy. Actually, even crazier too, because I remember watching on Instagram. I don't know if you ever met him, but there's this DJ out there in Nashville. His name's Chaos, KHOAS, I believe.
Not the Chaos from San Diego.
Yeah, not that one. That one I think is KAOS. Oh, fucking spelling and shit.
Okay.
People. But they were throwing a rager on top of one of those rooftop bars, and it was just like straight grimy, like bass music, dubstep type shit. And I'm just kind of like, this is Nashville. Like, they're fucking partying hard over there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We need that.
I'm going to hit OMG Parker too. I'm going to say, yo, send me your 30 best bass house weapons.
Send me 10.
And I'll show you how to get a little piece of pussy.
Oh.
Just dropped the ball on Heather, huh? Just absolutely fumbled the bag.
Wait, do I need to beep the name, or are they still like, is the girlfriend watching?
Fine. I think he has a girlfriend. I don't know what he's doing. The kid's he's manic and it's entertaining. I'll tell you that.
He does it for the plot, as the kids would say.
Yeah, it's a good time to watch. He's just crumbling. He's just fucking, his life's falling apart. I'm talking about how it's a good time to watch.
He needs help, and you're just like, yo, watch his life just crumble.
So yeah, playing on sticks was amazing. I'm gonna do a little bit of digging. There was like a couple tracks that I noted where I'm like, all right, I want more shit in this vein. I want to be able to stay in this pocket for longer. And I also, I don't know. Let me tell you about my Aura Ring though, because the Aura Ring really all spawned from this desk, from this pod, from the Patreon, from the Strat-Pack. I did it for you guys. I said I was going to go get an Aura Ring so that I had a little bit of data and some more things to touch on during the pod. And I got the Aura Ring, and it was incredible. It was nice to be able to track my workouts, to be able to go to the gym and hit the Stairmaster for an hour and then get a little lift in and then go hit the sauna and then look at my Aura Ring and it tells me that I burned 1,500 calories. And like, that's definitive data that feels nice. It keeps me straight. It goes, damn, you worked hard as fuck and burned all these calories. Don't just go to McDonald's and make it all worthless and mean nothing after eating a McChicken. And a quarter pounder with cheese, no pickles, no onions. Put the fries on the quarter pounder. Eat it as one entity.
Is that a regular order?
Maybe 2 strawberry and cream pies. Do you know that? Okay, a quarter pounder, a McChicken. Let's say a quarter pounder meal, because you get the fries, you get the drink. I don't know if McDonald's for some reason stopped doing Coke Zero. I would really actually love to dive into what that's all about, because they did have the best Coke Zero in the game. So you get the quarter pounder meal, you get a spicy McChicken, and then let's say you get crazy and you do 2 strawberry and cream pies.
That's a lot.
That is not a lot. That's like a normal size meal for a growing boy. And it used to cost, like, that meal would cost like $14-15.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like on the high end even. Like a McChicken used to be $1. It used to be 2 pies for $1. And then a quarter pounder meal was maybe $9.99 or something.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah. It was like $14, $13 maybe. It's $20 for that meal.
Bro.
That meal is $20 now. That's fucking nuts. We ordered some food last night. A side of honey mustard was $3. It used to be like 50 cents for a side of sauce.
For McDonald's, $3?
Not from McDonald's. It was from the Hat.
Okay.
But just like, where do you... What? That is rape. I'm claiming rape again. I'm just getting raped nonstop. I am just being bent over and walked inside of, left and right.
Yo, this bleep thing is gonna fucking just get money off of us.
It's crazy that you can get away with charging $3 for a side of honey mustard.
Dude, I think even for Chick-fil-A on my own, which I got like was the chicken sandwich, the meal, whatever the fuck they call it, the combo, and then like a mac and cheese, and it ended up being I think like $27 off of it.
What the fuck?
They're not charging for the sauce yet, but
it's built into the price of the chicken.
Fuck yeah,
you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like they don't charge you for it because they can pretend like, oh, we're the good guys. We don't charge for sauce. We just charge $4 extra on every sandwich that makes up for not charging for sauce.
Yo, so I think people or restaurants are probably going to catch on to that, because I know some bars do that, or like the tip's already included in the total. But
bro, restaurants
still ask you for that?
Restaurants are insane. They're charging service fees that are, it's like not gratuity. Like they'll tell you to your face, there's a 15% service fee on here, but that's not gratuity. That's not for us. We don't get that extra. That's for our healthcare or our plumbing or whatever the fuck needs to be done. They're charging these weird fees on top of just like a percentage fee on top of your bill. Yeah. And then they expect you to still tip like a nice person on top of that. It's actually insane.
I'll be honest with you though, if anything came out of this, is probably the fact that I am no longer shy or like somewhat like what's the word,
timid, like I don't want to say anything, I'll just pay it. Yeah,
because I went today to get a coffee at that local coffee shop at the train station where I'm at, and their prices are fucking insane. Where you take me is a lot cheaper than when I get it over there, so sometimes I'll wait and I'll be like, fuck it, I'll get it in the city where it's cheaper.
That's crazy.
Than over there. I think one of them went to go on break or whatever, and then this one, who you kind of, and again, not to be judgmental, but you kind of
She was trans.
Not trans. Wasn't trans, but definitely looks on the edge of being like, oh, like he didn't tip, like, oh, like that, like what is he, cheap?
Yeah.
So I just like literally order off of it, and I'm like already spending $13 at a fucking coffee shop for a scone and a coffee that's mediocre.
Is fucking nuts, dog.
It was
$13 should be a whole breakfast, a whole plate,
right?
Eggs, toast, bacon, potatoes.
Right.
You should get ketchup. You should get an orange juice. Someone should be serving it to you. $13 should get you all of that.
Essentially, pretty much just restaurant level type shit. If I'm getting that charged for that much, and I think she just like looks down, and I see her from like like the side view right there, and I'm just like pressing that no tip as hard as I can. I'm like,
look
bro,
them dead in the eyes.
$13 already, and on top of that, like, what am I spending $15 just to give you a $2 tip for a mediocre coffee?
It's actually assault.
Dude.
At that point, for someone to charge you $13 for a coffee and a scone and then ask you if you want a tip on top of it, that is assault.
Dude, it's I'd rather, if it came down to that, I'd rather you already incorporate it in the total so I know I'm spending that amount of money, because it's crazy that like you add like 10, 15, 20%. I'm like, dude, realistically, what would you have to do for a above 20% tip? Like, going above and beyond is what now? Like, giving me like a little bit more coffee, making my scone a little bit better, or like throwing in an extra cookie? Like, no, you're not doing much. You're literally doing your job.
You're doing your job that you're getting paid a very high wage for, more than you should be getting.
Some of these baristas like make not bank, but they make a pretty good money.
Yeah, they're not rich by any means, but you're getting a very reasonable hourly wage, which means I don't have to tip you.
And health coverage.
And if you really want a tip, say nice things to me and be helpful and be hospitable and go above and beyond and make me be like, damn, that's a dope experience. I want to give this person $2.
Right, because if essentially it's that knowing of like you give a little, or sorry, you take a little but give a little as well too. I would not be opposed to being like, you know what, man, since there's no one else here, I'll give you a large on the house, same price off of it.
Right,
Here you go.
No, that's, if you want a tip at a coffee shop, you should be stealing from the people that own it. If you want a tip for a $13 coffee and scone, you should be throwing in extra things so that ownership is paying for it and I'm getting my value's worth. Therefore, you as the middleman get a tip. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And that used to be the thing on there. Like, I remember even like in some like restaurants over by where I live, like they're throwing like an extra taco or like fucking give you
throw
like
something in there. Steal. If you steal for me, I'll tip you.
Yeah.
If you steal for me, you get a tip. That's how you get a tip. You want a tip at a coffee shop? Start stealing from your boss.
Yeah, because, dude, they make enough money where it's better to, like, eat the cost, because they can afford it. These companies definitely can afford to eat the cost.
They can eat my dick is what they can eat. And speaking of spending too much money, let's get back to the Oura Ring real quick, because before I forget, I ended on how great of a product it was. It was tracking my sleep. It was counting my calories. It was telling me, it gives me a readiness score, tells me, oh, you got good sleep. You did a workout yesterday. Your stress levels are low. You're fucking 88% ready to take on whatever comes your way. And I wake up and I say, yeah, I am. I'm fucking ready to take on whatever life has for me. And it was nice. And then the thing just shits out and breaks. Absolutely broken. Won't connect to my phone. I can't get my sleep data. I wake up in the morning. I'm looking to see how long I slept for, how much REM did I get, how much deep sleep did I get. You're providing information for me that's viable. I want it. Give it to me, please. Nothing. The thing just shits out. I put it on the charger. Nothing. I try and connect it to my phone. Nothing. Oh, your Oura Ring won't connect? Here, click on this button. Get started for your help walkthrough process. It says to delete the app and re-download it. So I delete the app. I re-download it. And now I'm just locked out of the app because you can't get anywhere if your Ring doesn't connect to the app. So it tells me set up ring. Oh, searching for ring. There's no ring here. This is the only page on our app until you can fucking connect a ring to it. What is going on here? I go to chat with them and they send me to fucking Chat GPT. I'm talking to a fucking AI bot. What the fuck is going on here? I paid you $400 for this ring and it's absolutely took a shit on me after 5 days. And now I'm talking to myself on the internet. I look like an asshole. I told the thing, fuck you, this ring sucks. It goes, I don't know how to respond to that. And I'll be honest with you, after I typed that out and sent it, I felt a little bit better. Just saying that to someone. But here's the thing. You need to be able to say that to a human who feels it, who takes it and it does something a little bit.
You want him to go home and be like, honey, I had a rough day today at work. This guy just cursed me out.
Either that or just like, hey, I get it. This ring does suck. And they don't even pay me enough money to really be dealing with you telling me how much it sucks. So let's bash them together. You know? Something like that.
Meanwhile, the recorder... So he's picking up, people are just like, yo, get John off that fucking phone.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? I'm talking to a fucking bot? This is like, I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate technology. I shouldn't have even gotten the thing because now I'm craving it. Now I miss it. Now I'm like, oh, this thing was great. It was giving me all this shit. And then they just took it from me like that.
At $150, or sorry, yeah,
Oh, no, $350 after taxes, $400.
So $400, chances are if there is a warranty, you are probably going to be covered off of that. If you're not,
if I can't return this ring, I'm burning Target down. I'm going full Minneapolis, George Floyd, BLM. I'm lighting Targets on fire.
Oh, God. It's a good thing we're already on the Patreon half of things because we're getting shadow banned for sure.
Listen. We're on the Patreon. It's fine. And now that we're here, I do need to address last week's episode. I said some things about a certain group of people that were, I don't want to say that they were not true.
Just call them out.
I don't want to say that the things that I said weren't true because let's be honest, a lot of it was true. But it didn't sit right with me after, you know, a lot of times.
Wait, are you having a Dave Portnoy moment right
A lot of times, send him to Auschwitz. A lot of times after the pod, I'll reflect on some of the things that I said and I'll ponder on if I should hit Diamond Cut Up and ask him to take it out. And to be honest, there is a 100% chance that I never do that. I do ponder on it. I will tell you that it is a thought that crosses my mind, but it is not a thing that I do. At the end of the day, I say, there's another one coming out next week. I can address it there, and which is what I'm doing right now. I mentioned some names of some fellow DJs, some you know, not co-workers, some companions, some co-workers, some what are some other
brother in arms
adjectives there?
Compatriots,
compadres, yes. I mentioned the name of some people that I like. Because they did annoy me a little bit. And I just want to say that I haven't heard from them yet. So I don't think it reached them.
I was expecting the complete opposite of that.
And that's perfect. No, I'm kidding. Here's the thing. I talked about Indian people as a whole last week. And I don't think that that's right to do. I don't think that you should talk about any one group of people as this group of people. It's not right. It's not right to do. Stereotypes are, in fact, 97% true for the most part. And that is why they are what they are. They're not, you know, some people may take them offensively, but they are rooted in truth. And there should be a a notion of that. There should be there should be acknowledgement of that. Okay? And to be honest, I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just want to say that it is funny to me to watch minorities talk shit about other minorities. I am not a racist man. I do not compete in these games. I do not participate in these things. I will tell you what's on my mind. I will tell you what a person looked like and what they have done, but I will not hammer in points of racism. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, after you just said like stereotypes are 97%.
Well, that's a fact. It's just funny to me to watch like a black dude be like, oh, you know, we've had it so hard, racism, this and that, blah, blah. All true things, by the way, facts, right? Then they're at the club and they're like, yo, when did nightclubs start letting all these Indian people in? It's just a funny thing for me to witness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just as a witness, as a bystander, I have no real feelings in the matter. I think that everybody should be partying in the club together as long as you're drinking long drinks.
Long drinks brings people together.
Long drinks bring people together. That is absolutely a fact. You sit around, you sip on a long drink, and you converse with different cultures. But it is also funny to just watch one person complain about not feeling accepted and then go and shit on another group of people. That's all I'll say. It's funny.
It's an ongoing hierarchy of like, they should be the ones at the club, but why are they letting everyone else in as well too?
I'm just saying.
It's a sick, twisted outlook in life.
I'm just saying. Watch out. Keep your ears peeled. Now while we're talking about long drinks, I did start to bring my own long drinks into the club because they don't have them where I'm at yet. This is a thing I'm working on, and like I've said about everything else thus far, promises that have been made are rapidly coming to fruition. So they will be there soon, but until they're there, I'm bringing my own. And there is no question about it. And there's also no science behind it. Long drink makes you DJ better. I will tell you this right now, and it's not about the alcohol. I'm not saying everyone knows that alcohol makes you DJ better. That's not a question. That like alcohol makes you DJ this much better. Long drinks, they make you DJ this much better. Maybe it's the grapefruit juice. Maybe it's the vitamin C. I don't know what it is. We're testing it. We're running it through the labs. But long drink absolutely makes you DJ better. And if you want to be a better DJ, get you some long drinks. They just released 2 new sugar-free flavors. Delicious pineapple, peach, citrus. My favorite is, in fact, Old Faithful, white can, blue lettering, citrus long drink. Get you a couple of those, mix a couple records. You just it frees your brain a little bit creatively. And I'm talking to them, and I told them I think long drink makes me DJ better. Do you have any insight on what it might be inside of the can that's doing this? And they were like, we're gonna hit Finland and we're gonna check it out. So I will report back. But until then, just know, with no science behind it, long drink does make you DJ better. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God.
And I think we hit all the topics here.
Pretty much. Yes.
We've been planning the wedding. Last night, Aaron made me. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. We've been planning the wedding. Last night, me and Aaron enjoyably and lovingly put together these envelopes that the save the dates are going in. I was the stamp placer. I put the mailing stamp in the top right corner of the envelope, handed it to her. She stamped it with our return address, and then she very elegantly wrote everybody else's address out on them. And it was a well-oiled machine. It was a good time. We had fun. We watched a little bit of Hacks while we were doing it. It was just a great night. And, wedding planning, I've heard multiple different things from different friends. I've had homies that were like, yo, it's pretty horrific, and I hated the wedding planning, but the wedding itself was incredible, and it made it all worth it. And then I've heard from other friends that, oh, I really enjoyed the wedding planning. And I was like, well, you might be gay. So
it's a very, very widespread of like reaction.
So there's that. And I think that's really all I got for you guys before I talk myself into a hole here.
Your friends like over there like, yeah, the wedding planner was really nice. Like, yo, you gay, dude.
Yeah.
You gay.
Yeah. If you're enjoying that, you're obviously getting married to the wrong person. So
terrible day to be
No,
a guy
I'm
who
kidding.
enjoys flower picking.
Oh God. I listen, we don't even have a lot of Patreon subscribers, but God damn it, we should.
At some point, I'm just waiting for the moment where, like, if we do get to that point,
I'm waiting for the
these are
explosion.
gonna come back and they're just gonna fucking like.
There's absolutely so many things that I will just get reamed for on this Patreon page, but it's too much fun to just sit here and act like an idiot to stop doing it ever. So until they lock me up or kill me, I'll be right here with you guys. Thank you for supporting. Strat-Pack's in the building. I hope you enjoy. I love you. I love Indians. I love black people. I love Mexicans. I love white people. I love the Jews. Puerto Ricans too. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.